I am the director of the Without Your Love music video. So, little quick history about this. This was actually the first video that me and Station to Station recorded back in December 2024. Now, it was supposed to have been the first video to be released on the channel, but because we had to reshoot a few things, Succession Man was the first video to be released. So I'll go over the decisions we made and the type of video this will be. Without further ado, let's just begin. So I added a quick little title for the video. I didn't do it for Succession Man because Succession Man was meant to be more of a narrative style, and I also needed something to play before the first hook of the song, which you'll get to in a few seconds. But I didn't want to start the video with a random B-roll clip of the city. I wanted to start something a little, with the title, and then we can go with the first bang into the video. So this is filmed in Dundas Square, or I think it's like Sankofa Square. I think they renamed it. Obviously, you want to go for like one of the more notable the areas in Toronto, which is our sort of Times Square compared to New York. And we just we tried to do like a loop around shot of the area. So just a second here. And obviously you can tell like with some of the ads when we filmed. So you can see Copa America US 2024. I think, yep, Despicable Me 4. That now it's always going to be dated. Now it's going to be Despicable Me 4 every time I remember watching this opening of this video. I also don't know what the heck this ad's about. I never seen this ad when I'm in Dundas Square. And I just see this anime ad now, and I never know like what was the whole context of it. The initial shot went through the entirety of 360, but to keep up with the pace in the song, I had to cut it short around here. Got our star right here. Obviously, Flair from Station to Station. He obviously he went with this look, and I think he just did it because we were going to film in public, so it's like we made we wanted to have. I think he wore all this stuff so that way it's like it's his sort of stage personality and to hype himself up because we're going to be playing recording in public. This wasn't like Succession Man where we can just I can film with beside him and it's just kind of casual dialogue. Here he has to play the guitar and sing or lip sync with the song because I had to play the song because unlike Succession Man we didn't use the music to use as reference when we filmed, but we had to play the song out loud. Without your love, I've just been hanging around. Without your love, I'm always hitting the town. So, if you can't tell, this is the video that we're trying to go for. Unlike, of course, like the narrative, like in Succession Man, it's more of a basic artist sings the song type of video. Again, this was my first video, so I wanted to go with something a bit more, easy and basic I can do because this is the first video I ever worked on. That I for Station to Station. So we went with the more like let's find a song we can sing. We chose Without Your Love because it was the most pop-esque of in the album, and it worked well for like general song like for for a general video. You didn't necessarily need to make a narrative for it. It's more like a happy-go-lucky feel type of deal. Without your love. Without your love, I'm lost in the crowd. I have to say, I really love this shot I got near Union Station and the CN Tower. This was like the shot where I was like, oh yeah, this video will come together pretty well. I'm not gonna say it's like better than Succession Man, but it has its moments.
Without you here, there's no sunshine on the beach, no more pointless walks, and
so you might be confused why there's just a random shot of him, walking in the back. We don't see him talk. Um, this particular like part of the lyrics and no big parties was actually really difficult to edit because the first time we recorded the video sort of got corrupted, so he like it lags out and it doesn't sync up properly. We actually reshot like nearly a month ago to try to remedy this, and while the sync and we still had a little bit of issue with lip sync, because obviously it's going to be different from recording in a studio versus trying to sing it in publicly in the mouth movement. So um, Flair, he just said, you know what, just why don't we just do some B-roll here? And to be fair, it works okay. I will say though, this one particular shot has like no filters. I realized that a little too late, but to be fair, like we got some decent lighting for it, so it's not the end of the world.
big parties without you here. Without you here, I'm slipping away.
So I slowed the footage down a little bit because when we were recording, there was a big crowd ahead of Flair, so we couldn't have him to run over, so he had to turn around at some point. So we just slowed the footage down. And to be fair, being in Union, it was really nice.
Without your love.
So this particular moment with the chorus, it had a different approach initially. It was supposed to be he was going to be walking from side to side. The filters were going to be a bit different, and I would have merged the filters together. The problem is that when I was editing and syncing it up, the mouth movements didn't really sync up super well, and also the camera work wasn't that good. I was a bit shaky during that time, so we reshot the entire scene, so it was more a different approach, but one I think that was way more effective.
Without your love. Without your love, there's nothing to hold. So come back to me, girl.
I absolutely love this shot. Flair, Spencer, you really loved it too. We placed the camera down. We got like a low angle, or high angle. I'm starting to forget now, but basically nice angle of the CN Tower and the cityscape here. So I won't talk a lot too much throughout the montage, but at this point, that's when I started to throw in some footage from the aquarium, and we got Spencer just walking through the city. I'm gonna blur the bottom here a bit, but I needed to find something to pace out the whole lack of lyrics throughout the music. I know at first some people might think, okay, this is kind of random. Why is there just a bunch of fish, in footage with Spencer walking? I used it as a way of saying like, well, I try to find like pairings. Like for example, we got the stingray in our stingray. It's all about oh, he's alone. He doesn't have his love anymore. He's going out in the world alone, and you have all these it's sort of like also like a plenty of fish in the sea sort of metaphor. And also because let's face it, if I just had Spencer's walking around by himself during the whole montage here, it would get a little bit stale. So I threw in some of the fish here, and I try to find pairs mostly to sort of symbolize the loss of well, not a loss, but like a breakup, And also like the plenty of fish in the sea, type of metaphor where yeah, you don't have a girlfriend anymore, but you can find another one, in the future. So this entire scene here was reshot. Initially, we shot in Dundas Square, but the lip movement just did not work for the entire lyric, which made sense. It's a lot. It's practically a sentence. It's not even singing at this point. So we reshot where he's in my apartment and he's just kind of sitting down, lounging. Also, he had no glasses. He actually lost his glasses for the reshoot, so that's why we finally see his eyes there. Also, that was in the montage as well. We see his eyes.
All back 11, it does not matter, I fear, without you now. Without you now.
So this scene, initially it was gonna cut to him pouring the beer out the fridge with the next line, but it was supposed to have been a little continuity from this scene where he would have said, "I've become a drunk." But the line delivery, like the lip sync, just never worked. We tried to reshoot it, but again, it's like the problems when you record a song in a studio versus trying to sing it in for a video. It's never going to be fully like accurate. So Flair Spencer, he just said, okay, maybe we can just extend the scene where you pull out the beer in the fridge, and it worked well, as you can see here. Just add a little bit of comedy for the moment. Also, I will say, every time I show my family like the whole montage, even though they're not the biggest fan of it because they don't fully understand the visual language, they love the star, the seahorse swimming in the same path as Flair is. So if you're wondering where the heck did I film this particular part, it wasn't in the Eaton Center. It was actually in Eglinton Center. What happened was during the day of the reshoot, it was raining. Like it was really bad weather. So we were like, okay, well, we had to film inside, but at the same time, like we don't want to go all the way to downtown and try to park or like take a subway or anything. So he's like, okay, you know what? How about we go to like Eglinton Center, get some lunch, film inside there. So even if it's like, oh, well, he's inside in a different location, we can try to make it look like it's Eaton Center. Even though, like, obviously, if you live in Toronto, it's not the same. But, try to find a way to do continuity. So here's the ironic thing. This was his old car. He actually did get a new car, but this is not it. Of course, we filmed this before he actually got his new car, which is, I believe, a Dodge Cruiser, I believe. Which, I mean, it would have been cool to use in the video, but this so the whole thing with his old car is meant to be the joke that it's not a new car, and it's kind of like crummy, but that's the whole point of the joke. And there we go to a final montage where he's in the aquarium. Again, because there's no more singing, we had to find a way to end the song. And I think we found a really good way to end it off when he's in the aquarium. I'll say filming this part was kind of rushed because Flair's not into zoos. Well, like not to say he doesn't like zoos. It's more like he was in a rush. He had to get home that day, so he's like, okay, let's just film. I'm not gonna look around too much. We're just filming, and that's it. So I just tell him, okay, look at this. I'll film you, and then we'll like quickly go to the next thing. And we end with this shot coming up in the underwater tunnel, which honestly really matches the vibe of the song. I got the stingray, got the shark, and we end in the water. Some people say it's like aquatic, even the music, and that's Without Your Love. I'm not gonna go and say that this is gonna be a better song than like a better video than Succession Man. I mean, I think that was why I was hoping this video was gonna come out first, because I'm not gonna go and say this is my best video, but it's pretty good given how much we had to reshoot and how much we had to edit around the song, and it's just I'm just happy to be working with Station to Station on these videos, and that's gonna make do for the video. So thanks for watching, and this video will only be on my channel. I don't think we're gonna upload it to Station to Station's channel, or even Succession Man's commentary will be on that channel. I'll just be doing the commentaries on my personal channel. But all in all, thanks for watching, and I'll see you for the next commentary video.